Buying local foods. Tips on how to find local foods in your area. This video was filmed in La Crosse, Wisconsin. Be sure to use the tips to apply to your own city. Local foods may seem hard to find, but in this video, we are going to show you exactly what to look for. Keep in mind, local foods are foods that were grown and harvested from about 100 miles of where you live. However, foods grown in your state can still be considered local for urban areas. We first headed down to our local food co-op. The food at a co-op is a little different than what you would find at a grocery store because the food sold is chosen by the members of the co-op. If there is a co-op in your area, ask about becoming a member to receive special discounts and have a say in what is sold. Our first tip is to check for signs in the produce area. There are often big and small signs showing you which foods are local. Notice that these foods have signs indicating these foods were not grown locally. We headed over to the bulk section where people can often find cheaper foods for cooking. We found some more local signs here too. In some stores, you will see big banners or signs that say where some of the food comes from. Here we see honey from a local farm. Honey is a great way to sweeten something and replace plain sugar. We can find much more than fruits and vegetables made locally. Here we see a sign for milk from cows from a nearby farm. For food that may already come in a package, read the label to see where it is from. These bagels are from Madison, Wisconsin, a city that is fairly close to La Crosse. However, these potato chips come all the way from New York. For people that do live in New York, just because these chips are considered local does not mean they are better for you. It is always best to go with the fruit or veggie for a snack. Even baby food can come from far away. If you can, try to replace at least one meal a week with local foods to start. Here we see the packaging for local foods is much different. See how the fresh bread comes in a clear bag with a price sticker from the bakery? This other bread uses bright colors to try and steal your attention. Next, we headed over to a grocery store chain nearby. Finding local foods at a grocery store might be a little bit harder, but now you know what to look for. Check for big signs that may say local or locally grown. Check for banners that say where the food came from. And check the label to see where the food was made. We can even find meat from local farms in the grocery store. Keep in mind that poultry and fish are typically a healthier option. Look for signs like these in your local grocery store. You can also check labels on packaged meat to see where it came from. If you are unsure about the meat, ask a store employee or someone behind the deli counter. Odds are they know exactly where it came from. Oftentimes, people are worried local foods will cost much more. Luckily for you, this is a myth. It is not true. Local foods can often be cheaper because less cost goes into travel, and farmers often make deals with the grocery stores for fair prices. Last, we headed to an indoor farmers market in our area. For urban areas, check your city's website or social media to find out about these events. You may even drive or walk by a local street side market sometimes. Don't be afraid to check it out. This farmers market was even having a free raffle for a cookbook. Farmers markets are the best place to find cheap, wholesome local foods, from baked goods to canned goods that last through the winter, to delicious seafood. The prices at farmers markets are some of the best around. Things are usually sold by how many, not by pound, so you can really get a bang for your buck. This vendor even had a sign showing all the places you could buy his food. Now you know exactly what to look for. At the co-op and at the grocery store, check for signs and labels that tell you where the food comes from, or ask a store employee. Get involved with your community and go to farmers markets, where you can find inexpensive and wholesome foods.